Salvete omnes. This is exercise B of the first and second conjugation start of the year review packet. In this exercise, we are to identify the person, number, tense, and voice of each of these Latin verbs and then translate them into English. The first is done for you. Habemur, habemur. This is, because of mur, first person plural. It's going to be passive voice and present tense. It's just the present stem plus the personal endings. So first person plural, that is we, present, happening right now in the present time, and passive means that the action is happening to the subject, meaning to we, to us. We are held. We are being held. We're not doing the holding, then the voice would be active voice. We are being held. The holding is happening to us, the subject. First person plural, we. Number the next one. Nuntiabitur, nuntiabitur. So we have bitur, tur as the ending. That's third person singular, and it's going to be passive voice. The tense is going to be future because of the be, the tense marker be. Bor, beris, bitur, bimur, bimini, buntur. So nuntio, nuntiare, nuntiavi, nuntiatus means to announce or to report. So nuntiabitur, he, she, it, I'm going to go with it, will be passive reported, or it will be announced. Liberata est, liberata est. So we have est, third person singular. Normally by itself, est would be the third person singular present active indicative of sum, esse, fui, futurus, but here it's a helping verb, helping out this liberata, this participle, this verbal adjective. Comes from a verb, libero, liberare, liberavi, liberatus. That's why it's a verbal. And it has adjective endings. That's what a participle is. Has adjective endings so it can agree, modify a noun. So this noun that liberata modifies is singular and feminine because of the a ending. If it were singular masculine, we would have liberatus. If it were neuter singular, it would be liberatum. So liberata est. So the subject is a her, a she. So third person singular, it's perfect because the present tense of sum is the helping verb. And it's passive. She was freed. She has been freed. Convocabamur, convocabamur. This is the first person plural, imperfect, passive of convoco, convocare, convocavi, convocatus. Not just to voco, but to con or cum voco, to call together. To call together or to summon. We were being summoned. We, first person plural, were being imperfect passive summoned or called together. Confirmavistis, confirmavistis. So istis, first off, this comes from the perfect stem of the verb. Confirmo, confirmare, confirmavi, confirmatus. You really have to know those principal parts. So this is the perfect stem, confirmav. Plus it's not eratis, it's not eritis, so it's not pluperfect or future perfect, it's just the perfect. I isti it, imus istis eron, so istis. Second person, plural, perfect, active. So ye confirmed, y'all have strengthened. Vocatum erat, vocatum erat. So we have the third person singular erat. Normally by itself, this would be the imperfect of sum. Eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratis, erat. But here it's a helping verb, helping out the participle, the fourth principal part of voco, vocare, vocavi, vocatus. So it's vocatum. Neuter gender. So third person singular. He, she, it has to be it because the it, and the tense is pluperfect, had been passive, called. Third person singular, pluperfect passive, it had been called. Viderunt. Viderunt. This is the third person plural, perfect active. I isti it, imus istis erunt. So third plural, perfect active of video, videre, vidi, visus. Viderunt, they saw. They have seen. Videntur. Videntur. That is the third person plural, present, passive. They are seen. You could also translate this using the active English verb seem, to seem. If you seem to be a way, you are seen to be that way. So you can write either they are seen or they seem. They are seen to be cowards is the same as they seem to be cowards. Videntur. Retenetur. Retenetur. So tur ending, third person singular. It's present, it's passive. He, she, it is being retineo, retenere, retinui, retentus, retained, held back. He, she, it is being held back. Retineo, retained. Tenebatur, tenebatur, third person, singular, imperfect, passive. He, she, it was being, the being is important, Ben. Teneo, tenere, tenui, tentus, to hold or grasp. He, she, it was being held. He, she, it used to be held. Tenuerant, tenuerant. So third person, plural, pluperfect, active. They had held. They had held. Retinui, retinui, the first person, singular, perfect, active. I held back. I have held back. I retained, from retineo. Mowi, mowi is first person, singular, perfect, active. I moved. I have moved. Motus est is third person, singular. I can tell by the est. It's not present tense, but it's perfect passive. Perfect passive. Masculine gender. It's not a or motus a it's just motus. He was moved. He has been moved. Moebitur, moebitur, third person, singular, future, and passive of moeo, moere, movi, motus. He, she, it will be moved. He, she, it will be moved. Optime, that is the end of exercise B. Don't forget to do exercise C.